I think that Ty Gibbs is going to surprise a lot of people, not just in 2024, but also I think beyond this coming year. Ty Gibbs is an immense talent. He won the Xfinity Series championship in 2022, deservedly so, as well, as he was probably the most dominant guy out there. He had a solid rookie year, 4 top 5s, 10 top 10s, a very good rookie year in all honesty compared to a lot of other drivers in recent years. And even towards the end of last year, he ran better than Martin Truex Jr. did. And all of this being to the fact that he just turned 21 years old this year. There's no real person I can say is a one-to-one comparison. I think he didn't do as well as, say, Kyle Busch did early in his career, especially his rookie year, but I think he outperformed Joey Logano. So you could look at those two immense talents too and say, well, he fits right between them. You could also say that, well, there's other drivers who have had mediocre careers but had much better rookie years, or maybe somewhere around there. I really can't pin it down with that alone. But I want to say this to start out with, because I think fans are going to overlook the positives that Ty Gibbs is going to have. He's hated. Everything about him screams villain to the average NASCAR fan. From his upbringing to how he races to how he talks, everything about it, it screams villain. And he's gonna probably be the biggest NASCAR villain in a couple years, and he possibly could spend more than a decade as NASCAR's #1 heel. But here's why I think he's gonna surprise people. Well, he started 2023, honestly, not really all that great. The opening of the season had some streaky moments. Yeah, he had a couple top 10s in a row, but they also were kind of luck-based as well. And I think in this as well, if you look at it, he never had a driver rating above 100. Driver rating basically grading the entirety of a race, similar to what quarterback rating does with football. And this is a real stat, and it was okay, mediocre, about what you would expect for a rookie. Many of the good runs that he had were honestly opportunity over performance. He just managed to be in the right place at the right time. Now, how he ended 2023, in my opinion, is a lot more interesting. He ran up front more. I think just by the eye test alone, many of us could see that Ty Gibbs was running better and better towards the end of last season. And when you look at his top 5s, they're all at driver skill tracks where the skill really matters more than any other track. Pocono, Watkins Glen, Bristol, the Roval, all of these tracks, short track, road course, or whatever Pocono is, all of them take a lot. And looking at these races, his driver rating was above 110 for all of them. It wasn't that he was just lucking into good runs. He was legitimately competing up front, leading laps in the case of Bristol, where he led over 100 in that race and was a clear threat to win. He generally has gotten a lot better when he returns to tracks he's raced at before as well. And he looked noticeably better also in the Xfinity Series, from his first part-time season to the first and only full-time season when he won the championship. He is somebody, I'm telling you, who is a great talent that fans need to appreciate. And he has a perfect situation around him as well to help push this further and quicker than many other drivers would be able to. How does he have this perfect situation? Well, first off, he's at Joe Gibbs Racing, and yes, a lot of it has to do with being Ty Gibbs, but still, being at a team like this and a driver with his amount of talent is a great mixture right away. He also has a great team around him as well, outside of the JGR in total, but just with the 54 as well. He has a great crew. This crew routinely will gain him spots on pit road, which will put him in better and better positions as they routinely and more consistently run better as an overall team. And it seems like Joe Gibbs Racing and Toyota, well, they've been faster and seemingly improving more with the next gen with each passing race. And this, again, will help him when he has a great crew, good crew chief, good cars, good organization around him, all of this is a perfect situation. And with veterans like Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, and Christopher Bell around him too, he's going to be able to learn from some of the best in NASCAR. Bell is an ascending star already. Denny Hamlin is possibly the best driver to never win a championship, and Martin Truex Jr. is a NASCAR champion and a perennial contender. They can help mentor him, even if they're not necessarily putting a bunch of time into it, just because from competition meetings, from practice sessions, from different things like that, he will be able to learn from the best of the best out there. And it does seem like he's matured a little bit through this rookie year. A lot of people are expecting him to throw tantrums, to act like a child, act like he did in the Xfinity Series. And while there were brief moments comparatively, it honestly was a pretty clean rookie year, all things considered. You didn't hear much about him because he wasn't doing dumb rookie mistakes very often. And I think with him being as young as he is, that ability to mature is only going to be a powerful tool to him as the years go on. And I think in the long term, too, with this situation, while it doesn't necessarily perfect personally, I do think that with more time now and with that ability to have structure around him, he probably, after all he went through in the offseason of 2022 to 2023, he probably has a lot more of a clear mind now, which is going to help him on and off the racetrack. And the other thing you got to look at is the big variable going into 24 and beyond, and that is the new car for Toyota. Toyota should improve throughout the year. They might have problems early on with the new Camry, but it's not necessarily something that I think is going to hinder the entire manufacturer base. They're going to get a grip on this car, and they're probably going to peak when it matters most. Look at when Toyota initially redesigned the Camry in the Gen 6 era. They went from a manufacturer that was routinely second or third to the most dominant one for about 3 to 4 years. Similar thing happened with Chevrolet when they had a bit of a redesign with their Camaro, and I think that you can probably bet on this happening again this year. Every slight edge you can earn in the next-gen car will be monumental because of how close the competition is now, and I think that this is going to happen. If I'm looking into this year and the years to come, here's what I think. This year, I think he easily makes the playoffs, whether off of points or, in my opinion, more than likely, a win or multiple wins. And I think that if he stays clean at Atlanta, Gibbs is a lock for the round of 12 because the first round, honestly, really matches up well with his skill set and the tracks that he runs well at. And the round of 12, well, that can be a good one as well. He has a track in Kansas that is really good to Toyota. He has a track in Talladega where he has raced well at before and anything can happen, and he's raced well as well at the Roval. He realistically can make the round of 8, and in my opinion, he's the dark horse to do that. And from there, who knows what can happen. So, for me, I think in the long term, he is going to be an elite driver, and he's going to be a problem for a lot of people's favorite drivers for years to come. And I wouldn't be surprised if he is in the center of a lot of controversies and rivalries in the years to come. But with that, I'm going to ask you, how do you think that Ty Gibbs is going to perform both in 2024 and beyond? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel for more great NASCAR content. Thank you so much to all my channel members for your continued support. And until next time, have a good one.